Have you ever walked past a massive, gleaming skyscraper in the middle of a city and wondered who actually owns it? Usually, these buildings are owned by a very small club of billionaires or giant investment firms. For most of us, buying into premium real estate like this is impossible because the entry price is just too high. But imagine if you didn't have to buy the whole building. What if you could buy just one $10 digital brick? Making these exclusive investments available to everyone is the goal of a new technology that's changing how we think about ownership. We live in a world where you can stream a movie or send an email across the globe at 2 in the morning on a Sunday. Yet when it comes to moving large amounts of money, the system still takes the weekends off. This happens because our money travels through a chain of middlemen who still use slow, manual systems. When you buy a stock on a Friday, you're often just waiting for these back-end offices to catch up and verify the trade on Monday. These delays aren't just an inconvenience. They make the whole system fragile. During past financial crises, like the collapse of Lehman Brothers, the waiting game for trades to clear meant that nobody knew for sure who owned what or who owed whom. When the math doesn't update instantly, trust disappears, and the entire system can get frozen. The old way of moving money is too slow and restricted for a global economy that never stops. To fix this, we can turn a physical asset, like that skyscraper or a bar of gold, into thousands of digital tokens. Think of each token as a digital key that proves you own one tiny legal slice of the building. These tokens are kept on a blockchain, a shared digital record that everyone can see but no one can secretly change. It provides a permanent, unhackable receipt of exactly who owns which slice of the asset. We can even set different rules for different owners within the same token. For example, a big company might have different voting rights than an individual person, even though they're both holding onto slices of the same property. Because this digital ledger handles all the record-keeping automatically, we don't need to pay for expensive middlemen or wait for stacks of paperwork to be signed. But having a fast digital asset doesn't help much if you have to pay for it using a slow bank transfer that takes 3 days to arrive. That's why we use stablecoins. These are digital dollars that are always worth exactly $1 because they're backed by actual cash held in a secure vault. A regular bank payment has to jump through several different banks before it's cleared, but a stablecoin moves like an email. It flies directly from the buyer to the seller, settling the trade instantly. By combining tokenized assets with stablecoins, we finally have a financial market that never sleeps and settles every trade in seconds. Now, you might wonder, without a bank teller involved, how do we make sure people aren't breaking the law or using stolen identities? We actually build the rules directly into the token's code. Before a trade happens, the token automatically checks to see if the buyer has passed their identity verification. If they haven't, the code simply won't let the token move. This built-in rulebook makes digital finance much easier to monitor and safer than relying on humans to manually double-check thousands of paper documents. This isn't just an idea for the distant future. The world's largest investment firms are already moving their clients' money into this new system. Major asset managers, who look after trillions of dollars, are now issuing digital versions of government bonds and private investments. Wall Street is moving in this direction because it's a more efficient and secure way to manage the world's wealth. So let's go back to that skyscraper. Because of these digital tokens, a building that was once locked behind a velvet rope is now open to anyone with an internet connection. Investments that used to require millions of dollars are being broken down into tiny, affordable pieces that anyone can own. Tokenization and stablecoins are turning the financial system from an exclusive club into a network connecting the world, making it faster, fairer, and open to all.